Good morning. I hope you are doing well on this kind of gloomy day. I can't believe that it is already September. The year is really flying by. And I heard someone say the other day that in many ways they feel like 2020 is the year of the divided heart. And actually, I thought about that and I kind of feel like my heart is being pulled in different directions. I mean, there's self protection, right, in the face of a pandemic. But yet, I also want to care for my neighbors and the most vulnerable in our community. And of course, my church family. There's this anxiety and fear around the economic uncertainty and gosh, the horrible financial ruin of so many people. And yet, I'm also looking for signs of hope and future prosperity for everybody. I'm seeking to love, respect, and dignify those minority voices suddenly being raised up in our culture, which I think is fantastic. Yet, I'm also trying to navigate through all the ways those conversations have become so deeply polarizing and politicized. And with that, bringing pain, confusion, tension, even within our closest relationships. Not to mention, we are in the last 3 months of a very heated election. God help us. So, what are we going to do about it? Well, we can do what Jesus wanted us to do. See, it was the night before his arrest and crucifixion. Jesus knew what was on the line. It was an all or nothing at this point. So he huddles up with his Father and he prays a desperate, passionate prayer. And what did he ask God for? Well, listen. That they may all be one, just as you, Father, are in me and I am in you. That they also may be in us, so that the world may believe that you have sent me. The glory that you have given me, I've given them. That they may be one, even as we are one, I and them and you and me, that they may become perfectly one, so that the world may know that you sent me and loved them, even as you loved me. Oh, notice, not once does he pray that we would understand and apply the Bible perfectly, no, or that we would be able to argue eloquently, no. He prays for us to be unified. And then he prays for it again, and then one more time with feeling. When Jesus looked ahead into the future and saw us, what was he most desperate to see? Unity. But that unity isn't based on this idea that everyone's the same, because we're not. And it's not based on shared cultures, identical beliefs, the same personal interests, philosophy, politics, or tastes, but rather on something much deeper and more profound. The one thing that'll bind us is what he shares with his Father. Love. Love. We find our unity in love. Looking at each other and understanding that every human being, man, woman, and child, whether they are our friend or enemy, whether they are just like us or totally different, has value and purpose and worth because they're created in the image and likeness of our Creator. The problem is, so often we want everyone to be the same, right? To think and speak and believe as we do. And if they don't, heaven help us, because they're either unpatriotic, un-American, or un-Christian. And I've heard that quite a bit lately. And that couldn't be farther from the truth. So, what's the answer? Well, we can hunker down and listen only to those who agree with us. We can turn off the news altogether and just maybe binge watch Netflix. Or we can seek out those who see the world differently than we do. Not to pretend our differences don't exist or don't matter, but to really hear them and try to understand and build relationship anyway. See, I still believe we can choose something better, something that might just offer a way through. We can choose unity, and we can do it through love, by choosing to love even those with whom we are totally in disagreement with, those whose views and opinions and lifestyles are diametrically opposed to ours. We can choose to see them the way God does, as His beloved, and love them in spite of our differences. Now, I'm not saying that is easy. Unity is difficult. Trust me, I am struggling with this a lot lately. I mean, one minute we're living in harmony, fiercely committed to each other and our shared Savior, and the next minute we find ourselves at odds, angry, hostile, distant, and worse, duking it out on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. And the worst thing is, the world sees this, and it becomes a black eye for the cause of Christ, sending an awful image to the world of who we are as followers of Jesus. Look, there's no sense pretending we aren't prone to discord and we're all going to get along. It's been this way since the beginning of mankind. So, how do we bridge this awful gap that's found its way into our nation, and maybe even into our hearts? Can we even do that? Well, I don't really know. But I know Jesus would expect us to try. And so that's what I hope we can do. And one way we can start is by deciding to love. Just love. No questions asked, even if it's only baby steps. Even if we don't like each other. Practice it until it becomes second nature. Yeah, I say love. And I say let's give it a try. And while you do, stay safe and keep wearing your mask, washing your hands. Look, nothing is smooth and easy right now, but I have hope in us. You gotta have hope in us too. Know that through this all, I do love you, and I am praying for you. So have a great day. God bless you.